The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by What Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us. Yeah.
Yes. I've been working on that.
I think so.
Colin Farrell is an actor. He's an actor.
He's an actor.
Fuck. Greatest actor ever. He's good.
Yeah.
And he's good behind all of that, like, to be able to
emote.
Yeah,
with all that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, convey the inner turmoil that's going within him.
I started noticing in episode 2, like, how he's, like, licking the corners of his mouth.
Yes. And he's got, like, a tick almost.
Yeah. And that walk still is fucking perfect. Like,
yeah, you got to see it a lot.
Yeah.
This with him. And they actually showed his, the brace on one of his feet. Yeah, he's good. The dynamic between him and his mother.
Oh.
Like, that is fucking terrible.
That woman does a great job of, like, that.
Like, the dementia, like.
Yeah, but also, I mean, just doing that, like, psychopathic mother.
Correct.
Like the Norman Bates mom. Like,
she's dancing and stuff and all this things, and then he leaves. He's like, "You're gonna do good things, kid." And if you don't come home. It's basically.
But speaking of that, like, he has that poignant speech.
Yeah.
That he gives, like, where he's talking to
Vic.
Falcone's daughter.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Talia Shire in Godfather 3.
Right. And
she is amazing.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But he's telling the story about taking his mother dancing after his brothers died.
Yeah.
And then he finishes up, and she asks him about, like, her, and he's like, well, she died a few years ago, and going like, so, like, is anything that you say true?
He is the OG of, he's a chameleon.
Yeah, just webs of lies.
And he's like, yeah, and he's good at it. Lord Baelish.
Yeah. He's Littlefinger.
The eunuch.
Oh, yeah, Varys.
Like, that is him. Because he is always, and all he wants is, like, some respect and to run the underworld. And all of his scheming. Like, he had his hands in so much shit this episode. Between his mom and that stuff. And then, what was the other thing that he was doing was it the club? He was trying to get in with his stash, fuck.
Oh, you mean like the ladies, like are you talking about, like, his girlfriend and her little harem?
Yes, thank you. The harem, that's a great word. Dealing with that.
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's just fascinating.
They bring them into the hotel, right? Okay. And he introduces someone to Vic, and Vic's just like glassy-eyed, deer in headlights. I love him, by the way. Yeah,
and I didn't realize he had a stutter from the first one, but I guess, like,
yeah, I remember.
It didn't dawn on me, but then because normally he's. Like, in his mother's house, like, Vic is like, babba dabba dabba.
Yeah, he's great.
But it's when he's under stress.
That's what I was about to say. When he gets nervous, that's why at the beginning when Penguin had the gun, Penguin gave him shit. But when he's just talking, he's fine. That's why I love that guy.
Except when he's next to a fetish cam girl.
Seriously, he didn't know what to do.
Oh, you can't afford her.
Yeah. He was probably like, I don't want to.
I love it that he's doing the old New York accent.
Yeah,
like,
we've talked about it every
toilable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's old.
Yeah, but it's like, also.
Penguin, is old.
Yeah, but it's also that, nowadays it's going back to, like, old Warner Brothers cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Like.
The big cigar and.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Yeah.
Big cigar and big chin. Yeah.
Yeah, or and even like old blues singers and shit, like it's toilable. Like you got that marble mouth.
It may be. You know what? I bet he uses the prosthetic.
Yeah, could
to
be.
help him with that accent.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter, and we all should remind.
I'm forgetting
everybody.
the key words he uses, but like it's that oil. It's.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know you know what I'm talking about. But, yeah.
He's got an thick Irish accent.
But damn. He does.
Think about that.
He does a gangland New York accent, like
he is good.
Like even when screaming at the top of his lungs,
right when he's losing his mind. So who was he meeting when he was meeting all the bosses? It was Sophia and her uncle,
right?
Who is technically running the family right now because her brother is missing.
Yeah. And then
so that's who Oz was trying to get in with. I couldn't remember what he was trying to tell them is the problem.
Yeah, so
he had a score or something that he knew about.
Well, so there's the from like the first episode, the uncle wasn't there yet.
Right.
And there was like the underboss who is the actor's Michael Kelly. He plays
the bald guy.
Yeah, he's a really good like. Well, I mean, he was in House of Cards.
I've seen him in everything.
Yeah. It's fun to see him actually, like really kind of step out and actually play not be the quiet behind the scenes.
No, because even when they're at the round tables, what I'm going to call it, the board.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Right, the board of these gangsters of the Falcone family. He had sway.
Yeah.
Which that scene was fucking beautiful too.
Yeah, I mean,
was that a party that they were at, or they just were all meeting?
Oh, you mean like towards the end?
Yeah, where everybody was.
It was the funeral.
Oh, thank you.
Or it was the reception.
Yeah, the reception after the funeral. The celebration of life,
right?
As it were.
It wasn't the wake, but yeah.
Okay, that's why I forget, because they didn't show the funeral or the wake or anything. They went straight to the after party.
Because he missed the funeral, I think. He got there late.
What was he doing?
He was with his mom.
Oh, right. And then he had to talk to the landlord because she...
God-awful, heart-wrenching.
What she says to him. God. And then the landlord,
yeah,
who he's paying to watch his mom, apparently she wandered out into the street.
Yeah.
So, what the... But, she's the woman who wanders out in the street and doesn't know where she is. But, when she does know where she is, she's berating her son to be the fucking king of New York. That's
very good. Yeah,
there it is.
He's got to be Christopher Walken.
Right. That's exactly what he's got to be. So how do you deal with it? And then again, why I love Vic, he's always there for those moments.
Yeah.
He has seen him, Penguin, in all of his sort of vulnerable moments, as well as his he's at level 11. But
right.
No, it only goes to 11. That when he's there.
I just say the only thing Vic wasn't a part of was the heist.
Right.
But you're right. And it's also and that goes back to episode 1 too, where they pull up at his mom's house and he's like, "No one's ever seen this. Be quiet."
Right. And then he also says, "No disrespect."
Yeah.
Don't you? No disrespect. You keep quiet. Yeah.
So.
Which is another reason why, Vic is the man. That actor, his character. I didn't look if he's a real thing, because Sophia is a real thing. She is the hangman.
Yeah.
And I know, because I'm not... Oh, God.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Because they showed a little bit of her backstory where she freaks out, she has the dream, and... Yeah, she's killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
She has a name. She's a serial killer with a name. The Hangman.
But she's part of the Rogues Gallery.
She is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you see all that, which is in her brother. They show her with her brother, and that they're building that her character, because everybody's just like, who the fuck is Sophia Falcone? She's the daughter. No, she's fucking Talia Shire. She's running the family.
But
she's running the family.
But if Talia Shire was Michael Corleone,
Yeah, but remember at the end there, she's screaming at Michael like, "You need to do this. You need
No,
to do
but
that."
but like when like Michael took over, right?
Oh, yeah,
and it
that's
was
her.
like, oh well, we just have to murder everybody.
Correct,
right?
and that's her.
Then, yeah.
But in all of this scheming, we all know Oz killed her brother. All this, Oz is now her friend.
Yeah,
Because the other guy, that's right, her bodyguard, her second.
Right, he planted the knife that
Correct.
he killed the other family that he's trying.
He's working two families against each
Yeah,
other,
like-
and he's trying to push her. I think he really wants her to take over and him to be her
Yeah, who
right
was-
hand man, the hand of the queen.
Why am I blanking on the name? Who was? But the dude in the Salazzo.
Yes,
Penguin is Salazzo. He's
Yes.
trying to play the Tatalias off of the
correct.
accordion.
Yep. And he's steering it to where
I can barely remember my nephew's names, but I can recall.
So he killed the brother, right? And
Right,
now
yeah.
his thing is, all right, let's do everything we can to get her.
Well, he's blaming the other family.
Yep.
But then in the meantime, he's trying to get the other family the drugs.
While framing her
Right.
right-hand man to step in and be like, "Oh, what? Oh, you lost."
Which
Now
of course
it's-
makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if you know gangland's stories, is that you get the two families to kill each other off.
You start the war,
And then you
during
emerge,
the chaos, that's when you work your way in.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones did it.
And I really do
that's-
like this iteration of the Penguin that they're building.
So do
Again,
I. And I know
Danny DeVito was fun, but this one is like you never really got, and even in the video games,
yeah,
you're going like, why is this guy such a fucking challenge to Batman? But now Colin
right with
Farrell,
like a top hat and like
Yeah.
and cutting jokes like
I
no,
got a
like,
freezer gun.
You know, I've got all these minions helping me. But
Right.
No, he is
But this and good on Matt Reeves and his world building,
to keep everything grounded.
and of course James Gunn to keep this going.
Yes.
And they're obviously putting it in the
They
hands
should
of Colin
build
Farrell.
what. Okay, MCU has their street level shit. Like this should be the beginning
Well, I mean,
of street level.
we've always said this is that DC is best with its villains.
right.
The heroes are, except for Batman is always fun, but
Batman's the shit.
yeah, because
He's not Gambit.
Well, he doesn't. Well, no, but it's like that's the thing. It's like, I mean, and all. Well, there's different iterations, but like, Batman is the OG, right?
Yeah.
And
He's literally a rich guy whose parents died,
right.
and he spent that money to become.
Yeah,
His superpower's money. He's like Tony
Yeah.
Stark.
but I don't want to. Yeah, but I don't want to get bogged because we're going to keep coming back to that. But Christine Milioti. Sophia is that she's got the crazy eyes down.
Bingo.
Fucking pat. It's scary watching it on TV.
Right, because you don't know what, like, at any moment that character could pull a knife out and slit somebody's throat,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't surprise me.
But she's
like,
got-
I would go,
yeah.
what the fuck? But like,
She plays that stare perfectly.
Dead eyes.
Yeah.
Dead eyes.
And you're right. Like it could be she could like rip your thorax out,
Oh,
or she could be
she
like
could be
the
Patrick
sweetest.
Swayze in Roadhouse.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Or she's like, and then she buys into Penguin's lies,
Right.
and
She
it's
gets
like,
soft.
okay, we're
with
friends
Penguin.
now.
Where in episode 1, she was like, "You want to get in the car? We'll talk."
Yeah.
But now that Penguin has like moved all these chess pieces into place,
right.
But you got to figure.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
Or she's gonna find out.
But Penguin has still got to be. He's gonna get away, but
Well, yeah. But yeah, he's fucking around.
and he's about
And
to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then once he does that,
I think we hit on everything. Yeah, I mean,
no, that one we hit on the major parts. As long as we talked about her,
yeah,
the actress, and
Oh, she's
the
fucking-
character.
It's amazing. The following segment has been brought to you by Whatever Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. The Nerlin Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, Music by the Heisenberg Compensators.